If you want to write a book and become a best-selling author, you're in the right place. At Elite Online Publishing, we can help you create, publish, and market your book so that it becomes a #1 bestseller. We work with a limited number of authors to ensure that they receive the best possible service. So if you want to learn how to write and publish a book that will empower you to smartly grow your brand, business, and credibility, apply today. We look forward to working with you.
Hey everyone, it's Melanie Johnson. I'm one of the owners of Elite Online Publishing. I have my co-owner here, Jen Foster. Hi, Jen.
Hey everyone, how's it going today?
So we always like to bring you authors and talk about their experience so you can learn if you're writing your book, and you can hear firsthand from people who have written books, published books, and give you some tips and tricks. Today, we are very honored to have Sabrina Lloyd with us. She wrote the book Stand Alone: How to Become an Extraordinary Leader. Sabrina, welcome. Thanks for coming today.
Thank you very much for having me. It's great to be with you both.
So tell us a little bit about why you wrote your book.
I believe there's a void of books written that are very honest, raw, and real with you. I believe that the truth sometimes has to hurt a little bit. And so what I saw was this void, and I wanted to fill this gap. What does it really take to succeed in business? I think people say a lot of nice things and it sounds really nice, but what I've learned in the business world, reading a lot of business books, is that it just didn't translate exactly the way they were saying it. So I wanted to give a more raw and real approach to it.
I love that. And how did you first start writing the book? Did you already have content that you thought you could start with? Because I know a lot of people have struggled with, how do I even start writing?
Yeah, love that you're asking this. And the truth is, I didn't want to write a book. I really wanted nothing to do with it. But someone had approached me and said, you really need to write a book. And the reason why is because just in conversations they would have with me, I would say things that would really resonate and really connect. And so I think that's what people have to start looking at. Like, why do you want to write a book? Is there a need for what you have to say? And then find that and then start to dive into it deeper. Start to ask yourself, like, what is my experience? Because you'll speak the best about what you've experienced. And that's really what you're doing when you're writing. You're like digging really deep into your own life's experience.
And did you have a plan, like a marketing plan when you started, when you were starting to write and to knowing that you were going to publish your book?
I really wish I had a better plan because I mapped out everything that I thought. And then what I realized as I started writing is that my understanding of the process wasn't really there. And they would tell me what would happen next. But I while I'm working, while I'm being a mother, while I'm taking care of my children, I really wished it was better mapped out for me. And then also the marketing aspect, I think there's so much you can do today. And that's why, like, talking to other companies is why I love that we're connecting today, because I just learned so much from you in our short conversations that I didn't know before. And so just having a marketing plan, having a writing plan is incredibly important.
Yeah, it's really helpful if you start from the beginning thinking who the book is for and how I'm going to leverage this book in my business.
Yes.
Just getting royalties for your book. What is the big picture that you can have? And how do you have a plan in your head? How do you want to use your book to help your business?
For me, I want to attract really good people. And I think especially in my industry, we are a training industry. So we believe that we can train anyone. And what I've found in my years of being in business, almost 2 decades now, is that you have to find good people, then train them. And
Yes.
so I want for people to read my book and be like, man, this is a person who has the courage to say the right thing. I want to be coached like that, because that's what we do. We're a high performance team, but we don't hide anything. If you're doing something wrong, we will call you out on it. If you're like off track, we will call you out, put you back on track. We're coaches that are tough coaches, but we produce great results. And so that's what I want to attract to my organization.
I love that. And just to have the authenticity of that, I love how you're like, we're just the tough coaches, because a lot of times I've seen people who go through coaching programs and there's not really very much action that happens. And then they wonder why it wasn't very successful and their business is in the same space that it was before. And I think that's probably because their coach was too nice, or they didn't have that implementation, or that, hey, you're doing it wrong, do this instead.
Yeah, that's one of your goals, right? Is to get them into your coaching program. Like we ask our authors, okay, if that's your goal, that's your business goal, you're using that book as leverage. So having an idea, I'm going to do a little coaching myself for you right now. Pick like a company that you want to be in, that you would love to coach their team, right? So target that company and send a box of books to them. If you have the names of the employees there that are in the department that you would love to coach on leadership, maybe it's all the business heads, the CEO, CFO, and send them each a book with a personal note in there, and tell them to go to a specific area in your book. Maybe it's a chapter, maybe it's a specific page that you know is going to have a high impact on their business. And because most people, they might not read the whole book, like, oh, they sent me a book, but they don't open up. But if they have that note, they're going to be curious to turn to that page and read what you have to say in that book. You can even highlight it for them because you're going to send it from your personal address, and you can sign the book. And if those books all arrive and they're there within one day or each other, and everyone gets your book, you know they're going to be talking about you. And people don't throw a book away. Right? They might not get an email, or they're going to delete your email, or maybe it went to spam. You could send a card, but that might go, an advertising card, that's going to go in the trash. But if they get your book and the whole C-suite gets your book, think of how powerful that is. And you're still going to have a call to action in there. Another coaching thing I'm going to give you while you're here is, I noticed in your book, you don't have a call to action in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So I would love for you to be able to go back in the beginning of your book and have a call to action that maybe you're going to give them something that's extra, a bonus, a video of you, PDF, a checklist or something that they can opt in from your website to get. So then you're building your list from there.
That's really great. Thank you so much. That's amazing.
Yeah. So just some powerful things. So that's why.
Where were you all this time?
We just needed, so we were just waiting now so you could find us to help you out with that.
Okay, great.
Tell us a little bit, like, what do you feel like now that your book is published? What would you say the most pivotal point is now that you have a book? What has the book impacted your life? Like, how has it changed your life?
As a mother, I don't think there's anything that matters more to me than who my children will become. And one of the things that I learned in one of my podcasts, and it's so profound. It's my book. When you read about my journey with my parents and how it was so rough, but now it's in the most beautiful place, is that a lot of people are suffering today because you don't face your past. And one of the things I learned from a helicopter pilot is that for a plane to take off in the air, you have to face the opposing wind. And for a lot of people, what writing did for me was that it allowed me to face my past and use it to project me into the future. And when I think of my children, like, now there's a book for them to understand what mommy went through. And like for them to really tap into, this is why she pushes the way she pushes. This is the reason why she was raised this way, but then she also reflected. So she never became a victim, but she pushed out into the future to be the best version of herself. And I wish that for my children.
You know, didn't you feel like it's almost like you came through a wormhole or had a bunch of therapy when you write your book? Because you're telling your personal story along with telling your expertise. Did you feel that way?
100%. It was so therapeutic. I was actually going through an incredibly difficult situation when I was like submitting the final version. And I was like, wait, I have so much more stuff, and I couldn't get it in, but I would just be rereading it. And what's so funny, Melanie, is that when I was doing the Audible recording, I was like, man, I got to take my own advice right now. Sometimes you can write things and the stuff that's inside of you, you just don't even imagine what greatness is just lodged inside of you when you start writing and you just allow it to come out. It might even sound horrible. Just have it come out, You never know who you can help. I've helped people repair their relationships with their parents because of reading my book. And I don't think that's great and honorable work.
I
This
love that.
such a
Go ahead.
great legacy to leave, that you get such reward out of writing it, right? It takes you to a whole nother level, but then you get to impact all these other people's lives that goes on forever. The legacy that you leave to help the universe forever, because a book
Yeah.
doesn't go away.
Yeah.
Amen. I agree 100%.
For the final question, what is the one piece of advice you'd give your readers, and what do you want them to walk away with your book?
One piece of advice that I would give you is that you were not created to be a victim, and everything that is happening to you is specifically designed to pull something out of you that's really lodged inside of you. And it's not until you do this deep work that will happen sometimes in your darkest moments. But you got to take advantage of those spaces that are created for you and say, why am I here right now? What am I supposed to learn? And then I talk about a cage in the book. Once you break out of that cage, you'll see the potential of your life. And I believe that human beings, we are incredible creators. And I think a lot of us right now, we're just consumers. We're not creating enough. And this will help for you to pull what's really lodged deep inside of you.
Thank you so much, Sabrina Lloyd, for being here today. I just want to say we really appreciate you, and congratulations on writing and publishing a book, because not everyone can do that. Some people have ideas in their head and they talk about it for years and they never do it. So you are an action taker and a leader, and you made it happen. So thanks for being on our podcast today. And if you're thinking about writing a book, even if you have an idea in your head, contact us, because we have a VIP book creation day that can kickstart your whole plan and compress time for you. So look us up at eliteonlinepublishing.com, and we'll see you next time. Thanks. Have a great week.
Bye.
If you want to write a book and become a best-selling author, you're in the right place. At Elite Online Publishing, we can help you create, publish, and market your book so that it becomes a #1 bestseller. We work with a limited number of authors to ensure that they receive the best possible service. So if you want to learn how to write and publish a book that will empower you to smartly grow your brand, business, and credibility, apply today. We look forward to working with you.